We interrupt that to take you straight to Modi's rally in Gaya, where we're hearing there was a commotion a short while ago. But we're still trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. But there were reports of some sort of commotion just before Narendra Modi himself came out on stage.
कार्यकर्ता बंधुओं, आप माननीय कुमार साहब का स्टॉल ला के दीजिए, समय नहीं मिलेगा। स्वागत हो, स्वागत में। हाँ बंधुओं, आपकी प्रतीक्षा की घड़ी अब समाप्त हो गई है। कृपया शांति बनाए रखें। मैं इसी बीच में अब माननीय पूर्व बिहार सरकार के पूर्व मंत्री डॉक्टर प्रेम कुमार से आग्रह करता हूं कि वे आएंगे और पुष्प गुच्छ देकर स्वागत करेंगे, और माननीय कुमार साहब से आग्रह है कि वे शॉल भेंट करके माननीय भारत के भावी प्रधानमंत्री का स्वागत करेंगे। नरेंद्र मोदी जिंदाबाद। जोगेंद्र जी, हो गया, अब हो गया सर। जोगेंद्र जी आइए, अब चलिए आ गया। हम लोग अब बड़ा माला खाली देना है। बोलो 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 बोलो, आनंद करो जी। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जिला अध्यक्ष जैनेन्द्र कुमार जी और तीनों महामंत्री अजय कुमार तन्नी जी, मनंजय सिंह जी, दयानंद गिरी जी माला पहना करके माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी का स्वागत करें। अपना दिखाए ना, चलिए जिलाध्यक्ष जी, जिलाध्यक्ष जाइए, चलिए जिलाध्यक्ष आप चलिए। बंधुओं, अब आपके बीच में आपके चहेते नेता पधार चुके हैं। इसके पूर्व मैं चाहूंगा कि लोक जनशक्ति पार्टी के मित्रों, मैं सभी लोगों से अपील करता हूं कि मीडिया वालों को कवर करने दें। सामने जो नौजवान है उनसे मैं हाथ जोड़कर अपील करता हूं कि शांति बनाए रखें और मीडिया वालों को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करें। कृपया कुर्सियां नहीं फेंकर काम करें, बल प्रयोग नहीं करें। कार्यकर्ता बंधुओं से आग्रह है कि शांति बनाकर भाषण सुने। कार्यकर्ता बंधुओं से आग्रह है, कृपया शांति बनाए। आपके बीच में कृपया प्रशासन बंधुओं से आग्रह है कि समझा बुझाकर काम करें, बल प्रयोग नहीं करें।
All right, so these are visuals of the crowd at Narendra Modi's rally in Gaya in Bihar, where you can see clearly some sort of agitation. You can see a lot of dust kicked up in the air. This was shortly before Narendra Modi himself walked onto stage. You can see the police marshalling the crowd into some sort of order. We're hearing that members of the crowd got impatient with having to wait for Narendra Modi to show up, and one section at least was lathicharged by the police to try and keep order. And you can hear the announcer in the background saying, please stay quiet, please keep order. We're going to start the rally shortly. All of this, of course, going on as Narendra Modi was walking out himself. Now, you know that Narendra Modi is on this Bharat Vijay rally series. He's speaking at up to 4 rallies a day across the country. Started yesterday in Jammu and Kashmir, in Hiranagar to be specific, and he then moved on to New Delhi via Uttar Pradesh. Today he's in Bihar, where he'll be speaking at a couple of events. We know that these rallies will continue for at least the next 4 days before he hits the campaign trail in earnest. So as many as 20 odd to 25 rallies over the next 5 to 6 days for Narendra Modi, and perhaps in this instant getting late for this one, which caused the crowd to get a bit impatient and cause disturbance, which led to the police lathi charging them. कृपया प्रशासन बंधुओं से आग्रह है Well, we have a correspondent on the ground who we'll be trying to connect with in just a moment, but as you can imagine, reaching him in this chaos and noise won't be easy. A large crowd gathered in Gaya in Bihar where Narendra Modi was expected to speak very shortly, and you can see the amount of dust that was kicked up as the police tried to bring order to the chaos. Narendra Modi is on stage though. That was confirmed by visuals just about 2 to 3 minutes ago, and he's expected to be speaking shortly. These are visuals about 3 to 4 minutes before he arrived on stage, where the crowd started getting impatient. Once again, you can hear the announcer in the background saying, I'd like everyone to stay calm, I'd like everyone to remain peaceful. You can see volunteers in the crowd as well trying to tell people to avoid getting violent. Rohit Singh is on the phone line from Gaya. Rohit, what went wrong and what's the situation like right now?
Well, the situation right now is under control, but here what exactly happened is that the Gaya rally was supposed to begin at 3 this afternoon, and it's an absolutely sultry day, and people were standing there from 11 in the morning, and Narendra Modi was delayed by 1 hour. His Gaya rally was delayed by 1 hour, and that is why the people were getting very restless, and they wanted to come in front to see Narendra Modi, and that is why when some chaos happened. Some chairs were thrown and bottles were also hurled, and then the police had to resort to a mild lathicharge to settle the crowd. And now that Narendra Modi has reached Gaya, there is complete order at the rally venue, and Narendra Modi is addressing the rally.
All right, I just want Rohit, stay with us. I just want to tell viewers, of course, what they're seeing right now is Narendra Modi's helicopter, which put him at the rally. But these are live visuals of the police having been deployed just near the stage to prevent people from rushing the stage. And as Rohit was saying over there, that was the cause of some of that chaos as they waited for the Gujarat Chief Minister to arrive. Rohit, if I can come back to you, rather punishing schedule for Narendra Modi over the next 5 to 6 days. Any word on why he may have arrived a little later than usual here?
Well, he was addressing at least he had to address 4 rallies today, 2 in Jharkhand and 2 in Bihar. In fact, I am in Sasaram right now, and he was delayed. His Sasaram rally was also delayed by 1 hour, and that is why his Gaya rally was also delayed by 1 hour. As I told you, 3 o'clock was the time when his rally was supposed to begin, but he arrived there at around 4 this afternoon, and the crowd was getting restless and unsettled because they were standing under the heat for 3 to 4 hours. And when Narendra Modi's chopper was seen, the crowd wanted to move forward, and then there was some sort of chaos, and some chairs were also thrown in the air, and the police had to then resort to lathicharge to just settle the crowd.
Rohit, you know, we've been talking about the schedule that Narendra Modi has planned for the next 5 to 6 days, and we can actually see some of some of the chaos that went on earlier, and just barely through that immense dust cloud where you can see people falling over as they tried to rush the stage. The police had to then move in with, and you can see a couple of them waving lathis as well at the crowd. Rohit, what is Narendra Modi saying at these rallies? Because he calls them the Bharat Vijay rallies. We assume that they're slightly distinct from the other ones. What's special about the message he's giving out here?
Well, here, the most interesting thing that happened at the Sasaram rally just 1 hour back is that Narendra Modi once again launched a massive attack at Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, and he addressed Rahul Gandhi as Shehzada several times in this rally. And he also lashed out at Rahul Gandhi. He said that the Congress candidate from Vadodara who had to withdraw his name who was contesting against Narendra Modi, he had to do this under pressure from Rahul Gandhi because he was a Dalit. So Narendra Modi attacked Rahul Gandhi, calling him anti-Dalit, and he said that it was Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi were anti-Dalit, and also lashed out at Nitish Kumar government in Bihar because he said that the electricity situation in Bihar is in absolutely shambles, and he promised that if NDA comes back to power and if he becomes the Prime Minister, obviously the eastern part of the country would be his priority, especially Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Odisha will be on his priority list, and he will ensure that Bihar is developed at a faster rate.
Rohit, stay with us once again. We just want to say that the visuals on your screen were from a few moments earlier. You would have just made out the chopper of Narendra Modi as he alighted in Gaya, and you can see that car where he was sitting and being escorted by his protection detail to the stage. He's speaking live right now. Let's listen in.
पड़ोस में औरंगाबाद के प्रत्याशी श्री सुशील कुमार सिंह जी, जहानाबाद के प्रत्याशी श्री अरुण कुमार जी, मंच पर विराजमान सभी वरिष्ठ महानुभाव, मगध के, भूमि के सभी लोगन के हमार कोटि कोटि प्रणाम है। हाँ, वो पर्दा हटा दीजिए, लोगों को दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, निकालिए। आप लोगों को कोई रुकावट नहीं चाहिए। भारत का पीएम कैसा हो? नरेंद्र मोदी जिंदाबाद।
All right, Narendra Modi speaking at that rally in Gaya in Bihar, where we got reports earlier, and you can see some of the evidence of that violence and chaos on your screens. People falling over, the police lathi charging them, and as Rohit Singh, our reporter from Bihar, was saying, what happened was these people had been waiting for about 3 or 4 hours for Narendra Modi to arrive at the venue. He had been delayed by at least 1 hour. When they saw his helicopter coming in, that happened, and as a result, the police lathi charged the crowd, kicking up a lot of dust, plenty of commotion, just as Narendra Modi was making his way to the venue of the rally. Shortly after his chopper landed, he was then escorted in an armored vehicle to the stage, where you can hear him speaking in the background right now.
कृपया प्रशासन बंधुओं से आग्रह है कि समझा बुझाकर काम करें, बल प्रयोग नहीं करें। कार्यकर्ता बंधुओं से आग्रह है कि शांति बनाकर भाषण सुने। कार्यकर्ता बंधुओं से आग्रह है, कृपया शांति बनाए। आपके बीच में आपके चहेते माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी पधार चुके हैं। आपका नेता आ गया है, कृपया शांति बनाए। कार्यकर्ता प्रशासन पर कोई अभद्र व्यवहार नहीं करें। आइए कार्यकर्ता बंधुओं से आग्रह, शांति बनाए। नेता की देश का पीएम कैसा हो? नरेंद्र मोदी जैसा हो। कार्यकर्ता बंधु थोड़ा शांति बनाकर नरेंद्र मोदी के संबोधन को सुने।
Let's go back to Narendra Modi's speech. He's speaking in Gaya in Bihar.
आप मुझे बताइए भाई, इस बार दिल्ली में सरकार किसकी बनेगी? इस बार दिल्ली में सरकार किसकी बनेगी? इस बार दिल्ली में सरकार किसकी बनेगी?